What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. We're jumping into Abisko and the Northern Lights. Get over show Swedish Lapland TV, all the love of the world. We're subbed up. Ready to smash the like button. Obviously, some amazing places to look at the Northern Lights out there. All places where I'm not having to yet. Even when they say, "Oh, we got these big things," you should be able to see it from here, here, and here around the world. I ain't never seen it. Let's jump in, check it out together, see what we're missing. Let's go. It is magical.
As far as I'm concerned, it's Mother Nature's greatest show. We're quite literally looking into the heavens and seeing something that's beyond the shore of our planet.
Barnen kunde ju få höra förr i tiden att man fick ju inte gå ut och se på norrsken. Man fick absolut inte vissla mot norrskenet eller peka mot norrskenet. För då kunde ju norrskenet komma ner och ta dem.
What? Why would you teach your children that?
We're not.
Obviously, maybe just because people misunderstood it. They weren't sure what was going on. Maybe it could have been some sort of weird dark magic or
Reliant
something.
on necessarily big explosive events on the sun. Even the smallest activity of space weather, we can be seeing a beautiful arc of aurora.
We believe that we've really built something here that helped not only put Abisko on the map, but to really share the beauty of the Northern Lights with the rest of the world.
I say all the time I can't do the cold, but I would brave the cold. It's cold to go to like the darkest dark and see everything that the sky has to offer.
Det är helt klart så att Abisko är en av de bästa platserna i världen att se norrsken på. Det handlar inte bara om att det ligger väldigt fördelaktigt när det gäller norrskensovalen. Det handlar också om att vi måste ha en klar himmel. Och Abisko ligger i en regnskugga som gör att jag har mer klara himlar i Abisko än på nästan någon annan plats i norra Skandinavien.
We have a webcam, which has been up for nearly a decade, taking a picture every 5 minutes for almost 10 years, which means we have a really rich volume of data to go back and look at.
That would be a
We have seen
wild
auroras
time lapse.
consistently, nearly every single clear night for more than 10 years.
En kväll kan börja med faktiskt snöstorm. Sen helt plötsligt så bara klarnar det upp och norrskenet är bara där. Och det är inte många andra platser i världen som väderfenomenen fungerar på det viset, tror jag.
Jag var ju uppfostrad med att det var vandrare här och mycket svenska och nordiska människor. Som ni ser så pratas det inte svenska någonstans. Utan vi jobbar väl kanske med 99% utländska gäster från precis hela världen.
Vi började med skidåkning och sommarturism. Ja, det är klart att vi klättrade upp på taket på husen och kollade på norrsken när det var fina norrsken. Men att någon skulle liksom exploatera det och göra det till vad det är idag, nej, inte en tanke på det.
I started as a photographer. Now I think people would call me an entrepreneur or someone who is really focused on spreading the news that Abisko is the best place on the planet to see the Northern Lights. We were at this keg party. A beautiful Swedish lady
That's how it always starts.
walked in. 1 year to the day later, we got married on a mountainside in Arkansas on a place called Buffalo National River. And not too long thereafter, I decided that I wanted to get to know Linnea's culture a bit better. And we moved to Sweden.
That's
I
one
love
way
the
to do it.
mountains and I love nature, and we decided that we wanted to try to end up somewhere, potentially the north of Sweden. So we applied at as many different places as we could. Eventually, a place called the STF Abisko Tourist Station responded. They needed 2 people to come and clean toilets in the summer of 2008. We took the job. So we came, we worked for the summer. We didn't have a car, so we hiked around, went out to every mountaintop we could find, every valley we could find, and really got to know the place. And I fell in love with the openness and the wild feeling that you get up here in Swedish Lapland.
As a wildlife photographer, it's amazing to work in such an area where it still has a nice village feel to it and a very local feel, and it hasn't spoiled the wilderness around it. And somewhere where you can just be immersed in nature.
Tell me you don't already want to travel.
I asked Linnea,
I'm ready.
could we please stay for one winter season so I can see what the place looks like year-round?
And that was the end of it.
I got promoted to the evening dishwasher that year. It was fantastic. It meant that during the day I got to go ski, at night I washed dishes, and then after I was done washing the dishes, I would walk home. One night I was walking home over Lake Torneträsk, which is I believe it's the 6th or 7th largest lake in Sweden. And every time I tell this story, it seems ridiculous to say this, but when I saw that first aurora, I didn't realize it was an aurora. Fast forward a few seconds later in my mind, I realized, okay, I'm in the north, I'm above the Arctic Circle, there's a green light in the sky in the northern part of the sky. Boom, it's the Northern Lights. So this was kind of one of those moments that you look back at and you realize it was a life-changing experience. The feeling that I got, it was something that I will never be able to duplicate again.
Det mest fantastiska tycker
I'm curious, of all the people out there that have seen the Northern Lights, how many people get emotional? I think it's one of those things that's going to be like the first time that I saw the Milky Way. That was an overwhelming kind of thing. I've looked at the sky my whole life. It's always been there looking back at me. I've just never been able to see it due to the light pollution. And I got overwhelmed and I shed some tears. I'm not going to lie. The first time you get up close with a big animal, elephants and whales, a lot of people get this overwhelming sensation and start to cry. I feel like it would be the same thing with me in the Northern Lights. Like I feel like it might break me down a little bit, humble me, make me feel how small I am.
Ja, det är ju våra utländska gäster. Jag vet inte hur många små japanska damer så att man har fått rösta. Det blir så mycket känslor.
See, yes, there it is.
When we
People
hear
do.
people scream and yell because they're so excited. It's one of the greatest experiences of my life.
Vi har ju en väldigt specifik produkt hos oss. Det är ju Aurora Sky Station som ligger på Nålias topp. Hit tar vi upp 40 gäster per kväll för någonting som vi kallar för exklusiv middag. Allt transporteras upp med vår linbana. Och det är ju väldigt, väldigt populärt och har ju blivit vida känt runt omkring i världen.
De bad mig att åka upp för att ta en norrskensbild på Aurora Sky Station för att kunna marknadsföra platsen här i Abisko. Åkte då upp där och ja, det såg väl inte något bra ut alls egentligen den kvällen. Satt där och myste framför brasan. Så tänkte jag liksom innan vi går och lägger oss så måste jag ut och titta lite grann igen och kände liksom att ja, men det är någonting på gång på himlen. Och sen helt plötsligt öppnade sig himlen och fick se ett otroligt fint norrsken med även röda toner och fint månsken faktiskt också. Och det var väl första bilden på Aurora Sky Station med bra norrsken. Och tillsammans med många andra krafter förstås så var det lite startskottet på Abisko som en av världens mest framgångsrika norrskensdestinationer. Det vågar man nog påstå idag.
Many years back when we had our first Aurora tour, I brought a group of 8 people down here, and it was literally the first night that I had ever taken someone out to do any sort of guiding for the Northern Lights. So we were walking down, sky was crystal clear. I was starting to get excited because I thought we might just see something. As we got a little bit closer to the lake shore, there's an old boathouse down there. And would you believe me if I told you on the very first tour that I ever did, we got lucky enough to have the largest aurora solar storm in a decade. And I just so happened to have set one of my cameras up to take a time lapse. Now, this was the first time lapse I had ever done, so the stars were blurry, the cadence between each image was not the way it should have been, but I ended up capturing a really beautiful and quite massive aurora. I put the video on our Facebook page, which at the time I remember clearly had 11 followers.
Yeah.
The next morning, that video of the Northern Lights ended up on nationalgeographic.com. The phone just kept ringing all day, and I spent most of my day on the phone with the international press. We spoke to CNN, we spoke to Fox News, we spoke to the BBC, we spoke to every major press outfit that you could imagine. And looking back, I knew that day was special at the time, but it turns out that that day, I like to think, put Abisko smack on the middle of the map and really established us as the best place on the planet to see the Northern Lights.
Like it was meant to be. Look at it.
Jag hade ju varit här på 80-talet och sett hur det var då. Och det var ju då när vi stängde hotellet i september, vred om nyckeln, klappade på stationen och sa att nu kommer vi tillbaka här i februari. Så det var ju helt stängt. Och idag så är det ju vår mest lönsamma period.
Tänkte att vi skulle hitta på någonting annat resten av året. Men sen blev det sånt starkt intresse för det här med norrsken. Så nu är vi mer eller mindre en året runt öppen anläggning.
Det finns ju massor med entreprenörer runt omkring som lever på detta norrsken. Allt ifrån boendeanläggningar till hundspannsförare till olika eventbolag här i Abisko bara. Så det har ju varit en extremt spännande utveckling.
In its purest form, to be able to go out and look at Mother Nature's finest display, I think it would be impossible to get sick of that.
Jag kan bli lika entusiastisk ibland som gästerna faktiskt. Och det är en otroligt skön känsla att känna den glädjen fortfarande faktiskt och den entusiasm som finns där.
It's about putting the camera down sometimes and just sitting and just watching the aurora.
That's where I would be my whole time. What you
Something
talking about?
almost spiritual.
You wouldn't be able to contact me during certain hours.
Being able to see them so regularly here in Abisko, I consider it to be one of the biggest blessings of my life.
My eyes are wide open. I see you clear. My toes touch the same floor.
It is
Our world
magic.
has been shaken on.
Who's ready to go for a journey? I'm just saying, who's ready to travel and go see some Northern Lights? Because I've done the Bahamas, I've done some other exotic places, but and I've seen some overwhelming things. Like I said, the first time that you get up close to a whale, scuba diving with a whale shark, I didn't know you could cry underwater, but I did. Like, that's just, I don't know, there's something, it makes you realize that you're a part of something massive. Like, we're all supposed to be connected to nature in a way. And I believe that nature tries to tell us that at certain moments. Any of those overwhelming moments that you've had, you know. Like, the Northern Lights seems like it would definitely be one of them. Like, I would forget the cold altogether. Just be amazed at whatever it is that the world's putting on display. Get over, show everybody the love. Go show Swedish Lapland TV the love. Definitely go check it out for yourself. Oh, I wonder what the locals feel about it. Are all the locals on board, or do we hate having the tourists come? Because that's a whole nother thing. Hit the like button if you liked it, and the dislike button, but it won't believe you. Tell the next one of my Combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe, and love you to the moon and back. Peace.